I'm Lindiwe Matshikiza. I'm an artist based in Johannesburg and with a background in theatre. So theatre is where I'm coming from, and it's the tools that I use to approach every other kind of work, which at this stage is often across disciplines, quite versatile and flexible, and I enjoy work that's very process-based, that happens in different kinds of spaces amongst different kinds of people. So where we're at now, where you see us, is in development of a project called Desert, which is a piece that I wrote initially as a play to happen in a traditional theatre setting. Desert is based on the story of a father and a daughter and their experience of each other and of grief. So it's a kind of magical, real treatment of a universal theme, which is loss and rituals around death and how to deal with grief, how we experience grief, and I guess the gifts that it gives us or the strain that it puts on us. And over the years has developed into something that is like a film project, and now has resulted in being invited here to the Center for the Less Good Idea to explore something that's between theatre and film. So it's kind of making use of all these experimental ways of working that I've been part of over the years. Megan Judge is part of this group of artists that I've gathered to come and explore this project. And through her, we've been able to get the ANT funding to bring Temandrota and Natikali, who are both Malagasy artists, over from Madagascar. True to this very spontaneous, intuitive way of working, we're going to explore over the next few weeks what the results of us coming together will be. I was invited to Antananarivo to take part in the Festival d'Art Urbain with Isar Gallery in 2015. And the idea was that there would be a group of South African artists, but also a Kenyan artist, Zimbabwean artist, all invited to spend some time exploring a residency, so to do some engagement, exchange, collaboration with Malagasy artists, and at the end of it, celebrate the end of the residency with kind of a sharing of the work that has been found in those 2 weeks. So part of that residency was to develop some workshops. I led some drama-based, theatre-based workshops. And during the one workshop, Temandrota, who is participating in this project, Desert, he brought his son Mahanj to take part. Mahanj and I formed what I thought was an interesting connection. I think he was about 12 at the time, and we started to develop a story around these two characters who were collecting lots of discarded plastic bottles and building kind of a magical world out of that. And so the piece we eventually made together was myself and Mahanj performing in these costumes that we'd built out of plastic bottles and walking in the neighborhood around the gallery. So I guess it was an experiment in what happens when you put strange, eccentric characters in a very ordinary space. I'm always interested what that does for performers, what that feeling is, what it does for this spontaneous audience, and then what is passed between those people, and was excited also at this unexpected opportunity to work with a young person, which is some experience that I have through Hillbrow Theatre and other areas, and something I'm interested in is the world of children and how to make work that includes them. And of course, magic is the realm of children, so it's very easy to enter into that imaginative space. So I think that in many ways, South Africa is still coming into a time where we're excited to be part of the continent. Another Pro Helvetia supported project that I was part of, Joburg Massive, went to Accra with a group of artists. And something that really struck us was how much more comfortable the feeling of independence and sort of contemporary African identity there was that we encountered amongst young Ghanaians. And it made us really reflect on where we're at in South Africa, like what we understand about our own independence, what we understand about our relationship in the continent, having come from a history of being very separated. You know, you still have South Africans saying like, oh, have you been to Africa? Meaning just across the border. And so it's very exciting to have opportunities to jump just across the border and feel like it's easy, it's fluid, it's comfortable, and it truly is just as much of a barrier as you make it. Of all the projects that I've been involved with, the Swiss Arts Council, I've managed to go to Madagascar, to DRC, to Ghana, and all those relationships have continued to thrive and flourish. And it just makes me feel like my world is bigger, and like to think about being an artist in Africa as opposed to a South African artist.